Good afternoon, or it could be evening or morning or in between weekend. Anyways, I'm gonna make a Texas sheet cake. You know why they say it's a Texas one? Because it's gonna be huge. All right, so let's get to it. I will be taking pictures too for the fast version, like on my reels from Facebook, just so it's quicker, I guess. Some people don't like to sit through an 18-minute or 20-minute video. So we'll be putting 2 sticks of margarine in a pan over, not really high, I don't know, about medium. I feel like I need to get all of my money's worth. You know how butter and even margarine is very expensive. So I'm going to do that. I know I'm being cheap, but I can't help it. Plus, you do want all of your product in the pan. Okay, I don't need that. Oops. I remember one of the kids saying, when you hit that thing, that drives me nuts. And I'm like, I'm sorry. It was one of my kids' friends. All right, so 2 sticks of margarine, 1 cup of water. They say oil and water don't mix, but it mixes to make a good cake. And then I think it's 4 tablespoons of cocoa. You know what? I think I only put 2. Glad I re-looked because this really only looks like 2. And I was trying to do it really quickly. 1, maybe not. Maybe it is 4. 2, yeah, it's probably 4 because I thought for a second that I could get this done. Okay, I had to be at the doctor's at 11. Well, I didn't, Taylor did. And it was 9:45, and I thought, I can make this cake. I wasn't even ready. I was just going to throw on something and just do it. And I'm like, I totally can do it. I mean, like, I can get it done. But then I'm like, well, so I get everything out, ready to do it. And it's 10 o'clock then. And I'm like, well, I have to leave here at 10:30 to get there at 11 on time. So I'm like, all right, you haven't showered. You haven't done your workout. I don't see how that's going to happen. I kind of did talk to myself and think it through. And I thought, no, not going to happen. So I thought, that's fine. I'll just leave everything I can leave out that doesn't need refrigerated. So when I get home, I can just do it. Because I don't even think I would have gotten to the doctor's office because we were already a couple minutes late, which was no big deal because I think the doctor was running late too, which I'm always happy when they're running late if I'm running late because then I don't feel as bad. I'm like, you know, I could have been here a half hour early, but I would have waited. Then I feel like they don't feel as bad, you know, because I'm sitting out there for an hour and a half. They're like, you know, no big deal. Anyways, all right, so we're just going to melt that, get it going. We're going to boil it, then we'll bring it all together. So I'll stop this and I'll stop talking so that you can scroll through Facebook or whatever and hold on. Okay, so you have a reference. It is 4:17. So say we started around 4:13. Did I babble for 4 minutes? Probably. Or even 4:10, whatever. Well, I think 4:10 is really being too much. But so say 4:13. Okay, and I will try to remember start to finish when this is over. You really should watch that when it's boiling or going to boil. Now, if you had a, say, 15-year-old who could come over here and watch it for you, I might suggest that. However, I don't have an available 15-year-old. All right, so it's going to boil. All righty, so in your bowl, you are going to want to put 2 cups of flour and 2 cups of sugar. I already pre-measured those. And so what I'm going to do before I even do anything, because I have clumps. Do y'all have clumps in your I'm trying to think what they call it. What do they call it? In your baking supplies? No, I don't know what they're called. But anyways, so I always take, I'm not going to, ooh, go make a mess, okay. I'm not going to take a sifter, but I will take this, which is a whisk, and just whisk it together so there's no clumps. And look how fine it is. There are really no clumps, seriously. Okay. Got a little mess on the counter, but I mean, really, who cares? All right, keep checking. You don't want to overboil. You don't want hard, burnt cake pieces in there. Okay, my house, I'm usually freezing. And for some reason, I don't know if it's because the beautiful sun is shining, but it is warm in here. I had a sweatshirt on and a, what is that called underneath? Like a shirt and a thermal. I think I still have my thermal on. Yeah, I still do. But I was like, whoo, it's warm. Anyways, alrighty. So in here, we can start this. So we have the two cups and 2 cups, 2 eggs. You know, it's very hard for an ADHD person to remember exactly what they're doing. Because 1, I forgot my medicine today. And 2, I just get so distracted. All right, and I don't want this to boil without me. This might be like a crazy outtake video. All right, so we're gonna put the eggs in here. And we're going to put salt, 1 teaspoon of salt. Every good cake has salt in it. You're supposed to go, but I don't. Because then I have to clean it up. I'm like, why would I want to do that? Vanilla, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I never measure. I just kind of eyeball it. 1 teaspoon, I guess, whatever you're doing, of baking soda. I didn't take any of my pills today. An allergy pill. Okay, so 1 tablespoon of soda and 1/2 cup of, I wanted to say ice cream. No, sour cream. Now, hold. Okay, how I do my sour cream, because I don't want to have to put it in a cup and then scrape it out. So I zero out the scale. I love my scale. Kohl's has their 30% off. So if you're lucky to get 30% off, buy a scale. I love these things. Okay, so 1/2 cup will be 4 ounces. I zeroed it out. I'm just going to squirt it in there. You got to kind of be careful because it's not going back in the little squirter. So just, cut nothing but time. Ooh. Okay, so I got 4.18 or 4 1/8. No big deal. No big deal. A little bit more richer is what it'll taste like. No big deal. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I have all that. I can't really stir it up until I put my liquid in. So, because what happens is if you, that's warm. If you try to stir all that up right now, there's not enough liquid, and you are going to make clumps in your cake. Nobody wants clumpy cake. No. No one wants clumpy cake. So, I am going to use pot holders. I don't typically, but I'm going to today. I'm just going to pour this in. Should I pour it this way so y'all see? Okay. Woo! Looks like chocolate milk. Okay. I got to get all that out. Now, I got this pan. I would never have bought this pan because I have my own pans, but I got it from one of those Allure or whatever, where they have those mystery boxes. They said it was $75. I love it. Nothing sticks to it. It is so wonderful and great, except the handles are always hot, you know, when you cook on it. No big deal. That's just the way it is. Okay, so I'm going to try and use this just to get it going, because if I use those electric ones at this point in the game, because it's so liquidy on top, we're going to have a problem. So every now and then I will go through and unclump. Okay. I know it's a pain. I'm sorry. But that's just the way the world is. People want it fast. Some people like the long 55-minute YouTube, and some people don't. I don't know. Woo! I told you a lady stopped me. She said she missed my videos. So I said, okay. I'm trying to do right by all. Alrighty, here we go. Those of you that don't want to hear it, just push mute at this point. Oh, I should take a picture of that, shouldn't I? So what the pictures are for, if you don't know. I have a Facebook page. It's my own personal one. But you can follow it and not be my friend, which, not being rude, but I'm just saying you can. And then you can get recipes, real quick ones. So some people do that. And so I post like what I make and they watch it, which is kind of fun. I love, sometimes my recipes, it'll say 50 shares or whatever. That makes me happy when people share my stuff, because I feel like, okay, I'm helping somebody. So, and that's why I started doing this, because during COVID, I was teaching 4th grade and we were doing our measurement unit and we had to cut it short because of COVID. And so I started doing videos for the kids, measuring and doubling the batch and whatever, because that's how I learned how to do fractions and measuring. And I don't know, it just became something, I guess. And I love doing it. I love doing videos. So it's fun for me. And the kids will say at school, I saw you made, blah, blah, blah. And that always makes me smile. Even if I don't even recognize the child, because we have preschool through 4th grade. I don't know everybody, but I know a lot of kiddos. Anyways, that makes me happy, and I'll give them a hug. And they're always like, oh. But anyways, okay, so this is it. The batter. Oh. No, my phone has it. And we're just going to pour it in the pan. Now, if you don't have a pan like this, don't worry. The only reason I'm using a pan like this is because it has a lid, and it's wonderful with the lid. Because I don't have to put cellophane. I don't have to do anything. So, otherwise, you would just put it in a sheet cake pan. That's hence the Texas sheet cake, because that's what you do. However, I like putting it in here just because it's easier for me. Now, I have the oven at 350, and I'm going to put this in. And everybody has to check their own oven, because the greatest oven I had is at my other house. And I know I whine and cry about it, but one day I'll get a different one. It's a convection oven, and I love that thing. But the recipe says around 22 minutes. I don't know. I've never really had 22 minutes. Had, I think, a few more. But we'll see. We'll see what it says. And you don't want to overdo it. So maybe if it was in the sheet cake and it was a little bit thinner, it would be okay. But anyways, all right. So we'll wait on that. And it's now 4:31. Okay, well, while that is baking, we can start the frosting, or the icing. I guess it would not be frosting, it would be icing. So we're going to use 1 stick of margarine. Thanks, Taylor. and 6 tablespoons of milk. And we have lactose people, so we have the lactose milk one we use, lactose free. And then 4 tablespoons of cocoa. We're going to boil that. That's all this is a boiled cake. No, but we are going to boil it. All right. So I need a spoon. Didn't think this through. You know what I might use? My good friend Kristen, she gave me these for Christmas. And they're Mickey Mouse. Love them. So I'll use that. So I'm just going to stand here and get this done while the cake's baking. So you never are bored when you're baking the cake. Because there's always something to do, whether it be wash the rest of your dishes or get stuff ready or make something different. Always, always, always something to do. I don't want to bang too hard, talk too loud, because the cake is in the oven and I do not want it to fall. Not like it's rocking around in the oven. But you know what I mean. You know? Okay, so if you make a loud noise, or you if I would just shove this, when it rises, it will fall in the middle and sink because of the noise. Or if you walk too heavy in your house, or the dogs bark too loud. I don't think it would do it if the dogs bark, but maybe. Okay, we're going to wait for that to boil and come back to it. Now, you can put walnuts on it. However, I typically don't because of allergies. But that in the olden days, when I was 3, they would put chopped walnuts into the frosting and put it on top. That sounds good. Could do half. We'll see what I got. Got to check my nuts. I'm in luck. I already have. Now, they wouldn't crush them this fine, but when I made baklava, I had some left over. So they wouldn't be crushed quite this fine. And maybe we'll just sprinkle them on top because, yeah, instead of mixing them, just sprinkle them on top. And it should incorporate. So we'll do half. Half with nuts and half without. Oh, gotta check this. Oh, it's starting to boil. All right, now I'm going to add 1 pound. 1 pound of confectioner sugar or confectionery sugar on it. Again, I'm not going to measure it out. And what you're going to do, if needed, is whisk. Because nobody likes clumpy frosting. However, if you put the nuts in, no one knows if it's a nut or just confectioner sugar. Just never know. All right. Okay. I gotta hurry up because this battery said it's about done. I'm gonna keep that in because, come on now. Okay. So I want to do, well, I'll keep it in. Ooh. I'm gonna put 8 in. Okay, 8.5. And go ahead and start moving this around. It's not for clumping. Taylor, if I put 8.5 in, how many more ounces do I need to make a pound? Ouch. What makes a pound? How many ounces? Do we know? If you said 16, you are correct. Okay. I was like, okay. I was your 4th grade teacher, girl. One of them. You should know that. We learned it. Almost there. Woo! Exactamundo. Exactly. Okay. Now I'm going to take this off, put it here. Go ahead and whisk it. Whisk. Oh. Now, the thing about confection sugar kind of gets all over. I wonder if I overboiled it. Because it's awfully thick. I could have done that. Okay, so, because I've never had it this thick. Oh, you know why? Because you leave it on the, so it stays hot. So it stays hot. But I would have to say this is the thickest it's ever been. So I could have overboiled it. I could add some more milk. But because it's kind of thick. I mean, it just slides out of this pan because that's the kind of good pan that it is. However, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe I want it this thick. Because when it goes on the hot cake, that might be okay. I act like I've never made this. I have. I made it several times. I might just leave it thick. All right now, it is 4:47. Just letting you know what time it is, in case you're wondering. Probably not 4:47 where you are, but where I am. Okay, the buzzer just went off. So I'm going to check it. I have these Pampered Chef little checker things. So nice, you can hardly see that. But it's a little thingy that checks your creation. So I always stick it in the middle, and it is done, and I kind of stick it around to make sure. And it is. It's finished. Woo! Looks beautiful, for real. Woo! Golly bee. Gonna drop it. So look at that. Isn't that pretty? Smells good. All right, I'm going to, I'll put it over here. Maybe. Okay. That's what I'll do. Oh, I took it out. Thanks. I'm going to turn this off because I don't think I need the oven on. I don't think so. Okay, so it's ready to go with frosting. So you kind of just pour it on and then spread it around. Start spreading the news. I'm making some cake. No. So just spread it around. Taylor loves when I sing. Yeah, no, I know. It's fine. Now, some people don't like frosting. I kind of do. I'm trying to get every little bit out of the pan. Okay. So, almost done, guys. And it was 22 minutes exactly. Exactly. So I'm going to use a spoon. And it's hot, so it's moving. Oh, yeah, you can see. Sometimes it will pull in the center. And of course, that's the piece I like. No. Now, if this was a Coca-Cola cake, it would have buttermilk and Coca-Cola. And it's a little darker. It's kind of the same concept-ish. So you just spread it around. I know, I have to stop. If I had a 13-year-old doing nothing, might be able to, a 15-year-old, I mean, might be able to get some help here.
You have a 13-year-old as well.
He is playing his game. Okay, so you can eat some now, but it will be really runny, and the time is 4:56. It will be really runny, which, I mean, if you don't mind running, who cares, you know? The minute you take out the piece, it will all pull together. But if you let it cool just ever so slightly, it'll come out clean. You do what you want. I don't care. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not even going to know. So you do what you want. Now, I'm just saying, if you had some ice cream, some vanilla bean, Breyer's ice cream, I might eat some now. Because that sounds good. But you do whatever. You can get oat milk, vanilla, bean, I think, just vanilla maybe. You can get oat milk and lactose-free and almond milk in the Breyers. Because that's a thing. People can't have milk, but they want their ice cream. So, you know, they got to keep their bones strong. So, anyways, we said we were going to put nuts on half. So this is what it looks like. Well, you can see. Nuts on half before it dries. Well, may have dried a little too fast for me. It's okay, though. They'll just flake off. Taylor's like, what are you doing? Okay, if you're going to do nuts, usually put it in the frosting. If you're going to do it on top like me, don't talk and do a second picture. Just do it. Or if your 15-year-old decides that they really want nuts on their cake, we can help you. She's like, what?
What did I do?
Nothing, honey. You have done nothing. Okay, that's the problem. Alrighty. It is 4:58. We're going to see how this turns out. Okay, I told you not to do this, remember? Don't do this at home. Because it's kind of, I mean, it does, it's kind of set up, but it's not. So, it is what it is. Okay, let's go for it. Can't turn back now. Woo! Oh, man. That looks so good. And you have to put your nuts right on, back on top. It'll be all right. It's a little messy. Now, it did not pool as badly because I let it sit for 3 minutes. It's 5 o'clock. So, it's not too bad. Ooh, it's hot. I'm going to take it over to the counter. Let that bad boy cool. Okay. Yeah. Seriously, we might get a scoop of ice cream on this little bad boy. Not sad. Okay, we got the oat milk one. Now listen, if you run a dairy farm, we are not even trying to be whatever, okay? We just got issues with milk. And we like our ice cream. So you got to buy what you got to buy, okay? But I buy other dairy stuff. I buy butter and other dairy things. Okay, so we're going to just do a couple spoons here for a little picture. And this week it's on sale. Now I hate to say what week because you probably won't get there in time. Or you may not have one around you. Right now they're on sale. All right, so we're going to try this. I thought I got me a spoon. Guess I didn't. I know it's so rude to eat in front of you. However, I feel like you're giving me permission. So I try not to talk because I know that's rude too when you talk and you eat at the same time. My grandma said don't do that, but I do. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. I think I did. Very good. So I don't know what y'all having tonight, but I'd make a Texas sheet cake with some oat milk ice cream or any ice cream. Even chocolate ice cream would be good. Enjoy. It is 5:03, just letting you know. So less than an hour start to finish. Not too bad. Have a wonderful week, day, morning, night, whenever you're watching this. Have a great moment.